Welcome to this week's Blonde Intelligence. I'm your host, Miss Roni, where I always seek to give you exquisite cranial repertoire. This week, I want to talk a little bit about the people that report on Clarissa Shields having an unhealthy obsession with Remy Ma. Now, this may be true, but I think many of the women commentators on YouTube and some other social media platforms have an unhealthy obsession with Clarissa Shields. Now, the reason why I say this, now, I feel like if anybody should throw shade or talk shit or whatever, it should be Remy. She has the right to. If it's on site every time, that's them. She has a right to. But I don't understand how some of these others, I have seen people that do almost daily reports. Oh, she did this, she did that. She was trying to look like this. She was trying to do like that. Compare. Now, this may be true. But didn't she ask Remy for some fashion tips? And in another part of this, if she is, as some people say, maybe slightly challenged, then maybe she don't see it as an obsession. She's seeing it as, I can do it too. But like I said, that's something else. I'm talking about the people who is reporting. So a lot of these women, I feel, are projecting, trauma bonding, and acting like it's their situation. And really in this situation, it's them. And I wish that she wouldn't have to respond to everything that people say, because I feel like, Remy spazzed out at first, but I feel like all in all, she kept it really, really classy. And if she do say something, then it's on the wax. And on top of that, she is like a natural beauty or whatever, and she owns that. I remember before she lost weight, I don't know how she lost the weight, but she looks really good. And if she went to jail or whatever when she was younger, or considered immature, because she's not immature like what people try to say she is in some areas. Because I remember when she was talking to the little girl, I can't even remember her name, but I think it's Brittany or something, on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And she was like, you can't be going up to people talking such and such and don't think that anything's going to happen. And so I really feel like she know that if she want to go there with her, then she really about it, because I think that she still operate by some form of street code. But they try to talk about Clarissa and say all the things I feel that they wanted to say to their man in that situation, or what they would have done in the situation. And I think that people have to realize that most people do not reach higher order thinking. So they get too emotionally involved and ready to do that rah-rah and all of that. And I just don't understand the obsessiveness with, I would say, putting their self in Remy's place to go at Clarissa. That's what I think. So, some signs that a woman is obsessively invested in another woman's relationship. 1, excessive monitoring of social media, even creating fake accounts. So, if you have to go through the trouble of creating a fake account to watch somebody that may have blocked you because you were overstepping your boundaries. And prime example, let's just say you like this guy or you like this girl and you hear they talking to somebody else. I would say most people, want to see a picture of them, see how they look, what my competition is. But to continuously follow somebody and not be in your own greatness is a problem. But you have to recognize that for yourself. The next sign is trying to be where they are uninvited. So if you know that they're going to the basketball game, or you know that they're going to be here, or an announcement is here, if you don't like that person, why are you going? What is the problem? So if you are trying to rearrange your schedule to be somewhere where that person may be, you might be overly obsessed. Being over involved in the couple's private affairs. And so far, I know that I don't even know if I would say that Papoose and Clarissa is even like what they call a, they have like A-list celebrities, B-list celebrities, and I don't know where they will fall on that as a couple together, but overly involvement in that situation, I don't feel should have went on this long. Even if she wears something similar to what Remy wear, or she wear a fur too, or whatever. I feel like people can report on it, but I think some of it is just to be so mean, as who could say the most salacious things about this person. And I don't think that that's true commentary or reporting. I think that that's some obsessive compulsive behavior. Then it's constantly comparing you, as if you're the stalker, or her to previous partners, such as every time that Papoose and Clarissa step out, it's always a comparison to where him and Remy would step out. And I don't think that people are letting the relationship stand on its own, because if Remy and Papoose do get back together, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine. If Clarissa and Remy continue to throw shots, for which some people are saying that all those lines wasn't about Clarissa, it was about somebody else, for which that could be true too, or maybe she's just killing two birds with one stone. I don't know. But I feel like that people are too invested. But it says obsession can stem from being insecure. So that's the reason why I said a lot of these women are making these comments because they didn't get a chance to say what they wanted to say in their relationship. I've been in an argument with a man before, and I try not to hit below the belt. I really don't even argue because I'll quit talking. But I try not to hit below the belt. So when I'm in an argument, I might be like wanting to call him a manipulative MF. And I just be like, hold up, I know he being manipulative, but maybe he don't see it as that. And I have to stop that. I just go with my gut. Hey, now is, hey, you're being manipulative. I don't know who you think you're doing it on, but I say something right then. So I feel like that these women are projecting the one to have everything negative, 3 or 4 freaking shows a week about the same thing. But I feel like they didn't get a chance to make their voice heard in their situation. And that's why it's so much anger and strife. Then it says envy. They wish they could be in your place. Well, you do this for her, why you don't do it for me? And that could be a situation going on too. But envy is one. So being insecure and envious, you see that a lot on some of the reality TV shows. If you're beautiful and you got it going on, like you say, it don't even matter if you got it going on. A man is going to cheat with who he wants to cheat with if he wants to cheat. A cheater is a cheater. And not to saying this is just men, but a cheater is a cheater. Cheater is a cheater. So, being insecure and envious means nothing. I said that backwards. Being beautiful and having everything means nothing if you're insecure and envious. Or if you try to validate your own worth through comparison. And in Clarissa's situation, I feel like even her family, because I remember her cousin, and I said something about this before, even though it might be some truth in what she say, I said this before, she was like, I the one who taught her how to fight. Yeah, well, why you didn't go to the Olympics then? And then she was like, what endorsements? I don't see nobody calling her. Well, you can fight, and nobody's calling you either. And then something else she said. Oh, the only reason why she famous is from dating a married man. That is untrue. She had a whole life story done on her. So, in the sports world, she was not a nobody. Maybe she's just now getting acclimated to the entertainment world, because I could not see this woman comparing how she fights to how Clarissa fights. And she could do what she could do, which is what I was saying, the insecurity, the envy, or the validate own worth through comparison. I feel like a lot of the hate that she get from her family is simply because of that. It does not matter if you think that she got a check because she as the cousin say, off like all of them. You speak for yourself, because Clarissa could tell people that's what she think. I got a check because, first of all, none of our business, but it could have been because of her speech. It could have been because she was hyper. It could have been any of those things. And since the cousin was not the mother, some things they just don't tell family, especially when they know family talk. But that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to have my regular ending today. I have a friend who started her own business where she do cryotherapy, and she has a promotion. And if you are in the Central Arkansas area and you are needing cryotherapy for any type of joint pain or to freeze fat cells, unwanted skin, something, I could be explaining it wrong. But anyway, listen to this promotion, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Discover cryotherapy with Shadrian, a safe treatment that uses extreme cold to freeze and destroy abnormal tissue. It also speeds athletic recovery after strenuous workouts and reduces pain and inflammation from sore muscles, arthritis, and joint pains. Book a consultation and session with Shadrian today at 870-456-0440. Special, 4 sessions for $200 for a limited time.